Yo guys, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all doing well. So today's video we're going to be talking about instant versus delayed gratification. So I'm sure a lot of you will probably be familiar with the terms instant and delayed gratification. However, in this video I really want to teach you the importance of kind of understanding the difference between them two, and why you really need to implement as much delayed gratification in your life. Something I've really been doing over the last year, and it has really changed my life completely. So instant gratification, what is instant gratification? So instant gratification is something that feels really pleasurable in the moment. Say I'll just use jacking off as an example. It's something we've all done, especially as young men, just experimenting and that. It feels really good, really pleasurable in the moment. Like the thought of it, oh yes, it feels really good. That release and all of that, the dopamine spike that we get from it. However, immediately after, we're filled with regret and most importantly shame because of what we've just done and what we've just watched, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of delayed gratification, I guess. Obviously there's a lot of other examples like junk food, scrolling social media, anything along those lines that just, it feels good in the moment, but instantly we're kind of filled with regret. It's just very easy and comfortable to do. There's also other forms of instant gratification that are not too bad for us. Obviously stuff like seeing friends, it's kind of instant gratification. We're feeling good, we're socializing with people we really get along with, have stuff to talk about, listen to music too. There's not really a lot wrong with that as long as it's not kind of overdone and you're listening to songs that can kind of mess a bit with your mind and stuff. It can just play with your mind if you're listening to certain types of music, especially heavy rap and stuff just before you go to sleep. You've got reading too, which is definitely a good form of dopamine, which is pretty much, that is, I would say that is instant gratification too. All of that, anything like that, it is good. So delayed gratification now, this is the thing that I kind of want to teach you about the most, what I want you to implement in your day-to-day life. This is something that it's the opposite of instant gratification. So it's something that feels very difficult and uncomfortable in the moment. So for example, some things that I use in my day-to-day life, taking a cold shower in the morning, lifting heavy weights at the gym, these are stuff that do feel uncomfortable while I'm doing it. However, immediately after, I feel really good from the cold shower. It's horrible being in there. I'm oh, I just want to, the thought of it leading up to it, I'm oh, I don't want to do this, don't want to do this, don't want to do this. But I know, because I've done it so many times, I know the rewards are definitely worth it, and it's obviously a bit of a challenge too. And but in there, I'm not feeling good. It's not comfortable at all. At the gym too, I've kind of reached a point where I actually do enjoy these type of things. I'm probably a bit weird because I've just done it so many times, but the gym, lifting heavy weights too, something I do day-to-day basis. And yeah, it feels really uncomfortable. You're just oh, I could put this down. We've worked quite hard now, but I just, when you just keep pushing and pushing till no longer, and you just can't push the weights anymore, is the best feeling too. So that, yeah, that's a good example of delayed gratification I think I can give you. There's other forms of delayed gratification which are more long term, such as starting a business or something, or maybe building a dream body, really focusing and improving your mental health significantly. These are something that take quite a lot of time for us to develop, and it's kind of a longer process, but kind of the rewards are even greater, and they're something that can kind of just change our life completely. And yeah, like I say, it's like the kind of delayed gratification that we kind of receive the rewards as, that can be something that we kind of use for the rest of our life. It's kind of a base, once we started a business and you kind of reap the rewards, and it's got the good base level. Once you've worked on that body, built it up, you've got a really good base level. You don't have to keep pushing every single day. Once you've developed your mental health, you've got that, you see what I mean, guys? You've got that really, really strong base. And this is a thing a lot of people like to indulge. Instant gratification is very common these days, and how accessible it is for stuff like drinking, drugs, anything like that. Just constantly just being on your social media. People's screen times are 6-8 hours each day or something absolutely ridiculous. And all these people who have these large amount of screen times, they're not being productive at all. They're not like producing content or anything actually meaningful. If you're not like replying to comments or something, or producing something, posting, then you shouldn't really be on social media. That's pretty much all I try and use social media for now. Sometimes, yeah, like I get caught slipping and stuff, and not every day is perfect, but like all in all, that is pretty much that's my aim for social media. I use it to produce and not consume, and that is what everyone should be doing. But anyway, yeah, like there's a lot of, it's a lot easier to just indulge in instant gratification, because delayed gratification, it takes time and it doesn't feel good in the moment, and the rewards are not always there to see. I think that's another reason why a lot of people like give up with the gym when they've just started. It takes, even after a few months, you don't really see a lot of rewards. Even like this YouTube channel is another example of delayed gratification. I'd say it's a great example of delayed gratification, because like the rewards, I'm not seeing any rewards now. I've been posting like this, I've done over 50 videos now. I've been posting consistently pretty much nearly every day or every other day for over 3 months now. I've not had any rewards. I've spent a lot of time and spent a lot of effort. I've used my knowledge. I've tried my best to kind of just give you as much as I can, but obviously I know this type of thing takes time to build my audience and stuff, something I'm really working on to improve. But I know I probably, the first like 6 months of YouTube is very difficult, but I know the rewards at the other end, if I continue to consistently put the work in, will definitely be worth it. So yeah, that's a lot about delayed gratification. Now I'm going to kind of go on to the sciencey side of delayed and instant gratification. So like, I'm not a scientist, and a lot of my knowledge kind of comes from the scientist Andrew Huberman, who I follow on Instagram and watch a lot of his videos on YouTube. Definitely check him out. He's taught me a lot. The stuff that I really needed to know, and everyone should know, which they don't teach you in school when you're in your science classes, which is ridiculous, but that's just how the system is. Anyway, so when it comes to instant and delayed gratification, we have dopamine, which dopamine is like the chemical that makes us feel good, makes us feel happy. So for when it comes to instant gratification, we'll use a base figure of say 50. Our dopamine level is at 50, and then we go jack off or something like this. The process of doing this, like watching the porn and like jacking off and stuff like this, our dopamine will then rise to say 100, whatever. Let's say we start at 50, it's gone to 100, and then as soon as we release that, the dopamine drops below what we started at, so it'll go below 50. It doesn't return back to where we started every single time we do this. It drops below that, so say it would go down to 45, 40, whatever. We keep doing this, 40, 35, etc, etc. It always has to drop below what we started at for when it comes to doing something really pleasurable, so something that feels like easy to do there and then. And then we've got delayed gratification, where it's the other way around. So say we're at 50 again, we do the difficult thing, we go for the cold shower. Whilst we're doing, in the process of it, whilst we're in the water, our dopamine level will drop to around 40, probably less than that, probably like 30 or something, say that. So we'll use 30. It drops anyway, you kind of get the gist. And then afterwards, our dopamine will go back up, so it'll go increase from where it started. It will go to say 60 or 70, so that's why we feel good after, and that's kind of how you build it back up. Your base level will then rise the other way as it declined the other way when you're getting instant gratification. So I think this is kind of a lot why people start feeling depressed and get really lazy and have mental health issues, because their dopamine levels have been like messed with so bad. They've had a lot of bad dopamine, which is causing them to feel unhappy. So yeah, that's kind of the science side of things. I hope it kind of makes sense. I had to kind of watch a few videos on it because I'm not really good with the science side of things. I hate kind of talking about it and even like learning about it. I like to just know like the basics as good as it can, and I'm not very good at explaining, but hopefully it kind of helps. So basically the main thing you need to know is like it drops below what it started at. The dopamine level started at every time we do the instant gratification, delayed gratification. It goes up every time we do those uncomfortable things. So it's basically pain v pleasure, which is really important to remember in instant versus delayed gratification. So pain comes from the delayed gratification, doing the hard work, pleasure comes from the easy, comfortable choice, instant gratification. There's always got to be a balance. So the more pain you're receiving, the more pleasure the other side you will receive, and obviously the more pleasure you're getting out of life, the more pain you will then incorporate into your life. It's just how it works. It's like opposite forces. It works throughout our lives. So that's kind of like the sciencey side of things. So hopefully it kind of help you guys. Definitely go check out Andrew Human, and he has a lot of really good content on this type of thing, and a lot of different areas that will help like really improve your mental health, and anything to do with kind of self-improvement. It will really help you a lot. So I say I've been delaying my gratification for probably like a year, like consistently. I'd say like now I would like honestly say that I'm point where I've reached like my base, like a happy level. But without discovering delayed gratification, I never really. Obviously, you understand the basics, that you eat the junk food, and yeah, you know you feel bad and stuff, but you don't really like deep it. And I think a lot of young people, especially, they don't, and even older people too. But a lot of people I know, they just don't really think much more than that. You're like, yeah, I feel shit after, but they'll go do it again, and they obviously don't really know anything about the science and how it's like kind of messing with them, and why it's kind of making them feel how it does. So discovering like delayed instant gratification just kind of changed the game completely for me. And I'm just trying to have like learned a lot about it over the last couple of months too, and I've just been trying to like delay as much gratification as I can. Like I'm doing these difficult things such as like cold showers, and hitting the gym, lifting heavy weights every single day. I'm like working on this YouTube and trying to create a business, and all of this is like delayed gratifications, because I know the rewards at the other end are like 10 times like worth it, I would say. Like for example, something that I've already kind of seen the results from is like my body that I've built, delaying that gratification for like months and months and months and months. Like I wasn't seeing, obviously I saw like small results, which were obviously nice, but to kind of like look back after a year and be like, oh, look at the pictures I saw, and you're like, yeah, like this feels like so good, and I would like do it all again if I needed to. So I've kind of seen the rewards from like first hand for one side of my life. So I know like the results are going to be the same if I just continue to put in the work towards the business, YouTube, anything like that. My mental health too. That's something I've seen the rewards from now. I've like really worked on it, improved on it. So yeah, this is why I really wanted a lot of people to learn about instant delayed gratification, because I do think it is a big problem in our society. Like I've said, everyone wants to just have everything instantly. They're just constantly indulging because it's easy to just have everything now. But anything like I say, anything that I've kind of really wanted in life, and anything that's kind of been worthwhile having, I've had to sacrifice. It's took time. It's not come easy at all. And that's the whole thing with life. Like you wouldn't really want the body. You wouldn't really want the wealth if it was easy, because everyone would have it. It's like the scarcity of things that makes it attractive. So yeah, that's why I really want you guys to get onto delaying as much gratification as you possibly can going forward. I'm sure a lot of people already know a bit, but hopefully this has helped in kind of your understanding. The science part I'm sure has helped quite a lot of people. If you want me to explain it a bit more, I will probably make more videos when my understanding grows a bit more. I'll reply to your comments if you've got any questions about it too. If you could like, share and subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care guys, peace.